There was an old man named Michael Finnegan. He grew whiskers on his chin again. The wind came out and blew him in again. Poor old Michael Finnegan, begin again.
Thank you, Lorraine. The sun's in my eye and it's making me go blind.
I do say you're over there then.
Lady who sang the song, but she doesn't want to appear on the camera. Oh, she does. Yes, she does. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you for singing the song.
You're welcome. There's lots of other verses.
We'll leave them, I think. I thought I'd share this with you. Putting up my first feather edge boarding, and it's gauging it where it's got to go. So I've made these two gauge stakes of pattern. I reckon that if I attach it there, this would screw. Not only do I get a gauge, but I also get means to hold it there for me whilst I layer it, which is good. And I said I wouldn't shave my beard off until I finished the workshop, and that's exactly what I've done. I've left it to grow. It's a bit wild. The wild man inside is coming out, but things are beginning to move on again. I've been plodding the last few days, just finishing off a few bits and pieces, but now John, the air conditioning man, has turned up and he's brought all the ducting for me, etc. So I'll show you that. Also in my hallway, the lights, 2 twin 6-foot diffusers and an air conditioning unit. And here we have the man himself.
Morning.
Morning, John.
How you doing, Sandy?
I'm alright, thanks, yeah. You have a good journey down?
Not so bad, thank you. Not too bad.
And you bought all this, look, you got all these
With all the stuff
bag of bends and all sorts there. Ducting and what do you call that slot? Unistrut. That's amazing. I didn't realise there was so much of it, John.
Oh, there's a fair piece.
Crikey. So, this toad here, I found him in the corner of the workshop, in Toad Corner. We'll call that Toad Corner from now on. How's it coming along then, John?
It's going along fine, Sandy. Looking good.
I'm crawling along under the bench like a little mole, aren't I?
Oh, that's better.
You've got the dust extractor up on the wall as well now. It's looking good, John, isn't it?
It's looking really good, yeah. We're getting there now.
The things I do to try and get you a good video. Dust extractor holder.
Is it going to fit? The big test.
It might need a little bit of tweaking perhaps.
The big test.
do you reckon, John?
That looks good. That's great, that is.
So you're just applying silicon,
Yeah, this is duct mastic sealer.
duct mastic sealer.
So that goes in on the inside, and then you can just put your fitting on the outside.
And that just forms an airtight seal, so that ducting will be absolutely airtight.
Yeah, that's right. Just got the thing stuck in there. Yeah, so some people seal it on the outside, but most people seal it on the inside. So
Yeah.
you just got these self-drilling screws.
So you're self-tapping it, so they get each connection gets 4.
Yeah, you can put more round if you want to, but obviously on a small duct you don't need to put that many round.
No, 4 is sufficient, isn't
More
it?
sufficient on this with the mastic sealer on the side
Yeah.
as well.
But we got the cyclone running, and John is going to put some dust into the duct. We'll pan round to the cyclone. Look at that. That's amazing. That's incredible. What's that you got there, John?
It's what you call the drill, Sandy.
That's what you call a drill. That's a monster, isn't it? Jack Law calling Moleskin. Jack Law calling Moleskin. Come in, Moleskin.
Moleskin over and out. With this side.
The problem is that I got this workshop now which is so much larger than I used to before, but over there in the corner is me dust extractor. Me grinders are all here, and I'm going to be backwards and forwards all the time, turning that damn thing on. I'm not happy having to do that, John.
Oh well, Sandy, we can try this one then. There you go, remote control.
Oh right, wow, look at that. So if I want to turn it off, I just got to press that. Thanks, John.
Sandy, see you
So
soon.
where are you going now then?
I'm going back home.
Oh, yeah.
Heading for a
you can keep in the garden if you want and
thanks,
finish it
John. I'll
off
get my
tomorrow
tarp-
morning.
Get my tarp out and everything.
No, thanks very much, John.
No problem, Sandy. See you later. Ta-ra,
No
bye-bye.
problem, mate. Bye bye. Well, here's the view of the workshop now from the patio area of my house, and that's where that horrible old veranda was all those days ago, about 17, 18 days ago now. This is the exhaust pipe from the air dust extraction system, and I put the pipe on to act as a silencer. There's still a few bends and tees and lengths of pipe left. We've still got a little bit more duct work to do, but that'll happen when John's got the time. But apart from a few little odds and ends, it's virtually done. I got to tidy up, put some new gravel around there, and a little bench to sit on perhaps. But I have clad all around now. I say I have clad all around, well I've still got a little bit of the old workshop to do, but that can wait. I want to get back to work and make some knives. So let's take you in and let you have a look. It's a lot darker in this area, which is not a bad thing because I wanted it darker, because this is my heat treatment area, and you can't see the colour of the steel very well in a very bright area, so it's good for the lighting to be subdued in this area. And then anyway, I've got artificial light. If I want it brighter, I can turn the fluorescent lights on. So there's my 2 kilns. This hasn't changed. This is my heat treatment room. It's still the same. 2 kilns, stabilising, wood stabilising system, an arbor press. Down here is my trusty Rockwell tester under a dust cover. And now on into the machine shop. There's my bandsaw. I use that for cutting out all my blades. All my knives are cut out by hand on that machine there. I've moved the grinder and the polisher onto its own pedestal stand. I put a little low bench in. This is to allow me to sit down and do my hand rubbing on this area here, and it also gives me the correct height for when I'm working on the vise. So there's a special machine going to go there on that desk. It's going to stand 1.06 meters tall and weigh about 60 kilograms. But that's not here yet. I may do an update video on that when it arrives. And then over to the right are my 2 trusty drill presses. So that was the sum total of my workshop space up until just recently. My grinder was on here, and that's now been moved and it's been added to. And if I spin you round, there's the new grinding room, and it's all it's all properly dust extracted. I owe a huge debt of gratitude to John Lane, who was came out of his way to spend the day here. He supplied all the materials. Stu sent me some electrical sockets, the customer, so thank you very much, Stu, for that. Especially to John. I don't know what to say, John. I'm really indebted to you, and ever so grateful for what you've done for me. But anyway, it's still not finished. We've still got some more work to do. John's going to install some more ducting. It's going to come in down here, and it's going to go all the way under here, under the benches, and it's going to extract from the tables of the pillar drills. So that'll be full dust extraction for me then. But I'll take you into the new grinding room. On purpose, I have no windows in this section. That's to allow for me to be able to control the light. I discovered that if you have a strong light source like a window, and it casts very strong shadows, it can really muck up your grinding. And there were certain times of the day in the old grinding room that I couldn't grind because of strong shadows from the window. Anyway, I've got my belts hung up just there in reach. I've still got to personalise and customise bits and pieces of this workshop. You can see the duct to go round into the old workshop. Still a work in progress, but I've now got a working workshop. So here we have grinder number 1, a maxi grinder from Alistair down in engineering. Grinder number 2, another maxi grinder from Alistair. This one's got a 14-inch wheel, a big wheel on it. You can see they're all dust extracted. I need to put hoods on, but I haven't got any hoods at the moment. So at the moment I'm just relying on the openings to extract. Under each opening goes to what's called a blast gate, and you can pull this gate open and close. So basically it just means that all the vacuum sucks from the machine you're working on. Every machine's got that on, and John, aka Moleskin Joe, installed all this ducting for me, and what a fantastic job. Literally, John has added possibly years to my life, because the old system wasn't the best, and I probably was breathing in a little bit of dust, but I'll show you all that in a minute. So anyway, there's the two grinders. There's my 12-inch disc sander, which I use for putting the facets on the scales. This area here needs a bit of a clean up, but this is going to be left as bench space. It's nice to have bench space for assembling of knives, for laying things out. Just nice to have the space. I never had the space before. Over here I use the plate glass for finally hand rubbing the scales flat before I fit them to the knives. This is the dust extraction system, and you see it goes up to my old blower, and then I've got a cyclone here, and the cyclone then dumps all the dust and fine particles into the barrel, and it's easy to be removed, and then all the exhaust is exhausted outside, and the exhaust is virtually pure air, but if there are any fine particles, they're just vented out to atmosphere, and well, we couldn't see any dust coming out, but anyway, just in case, I didn't want the fine particles in here. So there's no filter bag to get in the way to slow the machine down, so it's full suction all the time. And again, there's blast gates, as you can see. There's one here which has been opened because I was using the bandsaw today. The bandsaw's got dust extraction. The belt sander there, dust extraction, and a few bits and pieces of tools. I'm still just customising the workshop. I've got good lighting, as you can see, and when the lights come on, and it takes them a little while to warm up, but I've got them over their position so that they'll throw light down over the grinders to eliminate any shadows. And then obviously I've got two spotlights, they're not all installed at the moment, but two spotlights to focus light exactly where I want it. And then a lot of these things are also on a remote control system. Again, this is what John gave me, this unit here, so I don't have to keep walking over there to turn my dust extractor on. I just need to push number 1, just like this, and that starts my dust extractor up, and then push that over there, and that turns it off. Well, I haven't posted a video for a few days now, and I said I wouldn't until it was finished, and it's still, even now, not quite finished, but I am more or less ready to move back into the workshop, and I'm at a state now where I'll be able to on Monday start working and grinding knives again. All my materials are here, my new lot of levers here, my new lot of steels here, the woods here. I'm ready to get going again, and then that's exactly what I'm going to do on Monday. So I was hoping to be able to show you the tool that's going to go over there, but I'm going to leave you all in limbo, and some of you are going to be wondering, what on earth is he going to put over there? What's he going to do? but I'm not going to say anything. No, you'll have to wait. You'll have to wait and see what I'm going to put over there. I'm not going to say anything. It's top secret. It's going to increase consistency and quality, and just make the job a whole lot more predictable. I'm not saying anything. You'll have to just you have to sleep on it, I'm afraid. The new machine will alleviate a process that used to cause me a lot of consternation. Yeah, it's going to definitely do that. Anyway, thanks for everyone for watching. And your comments have been fantastic. I wasn't able to reply to everybody. I do apologise for that, but it's been pretty full on here really. I've been working up until well, sometimes 9-10 o'clock at night, and then I've also had to do some emails as well, so that took me even later. But I think the race is almost run. It's almost won rather, and the outcome is successful. And John's going to come back and finish off a few bits and pieces. He's going to redo my electrics, because apparently my electrics on the main fuse board and the supply to the workshop is not adequate, and I can only really run one machine at any one time, so I've got to watch that, and John's going to help me with that. Please check out John, or Moleskin Joe. I think he's John Lane on YouTube, Moleskin Joe on Instagram, and please support him. He's a fantastic guy. This man has done so much to help fellow knife makers in the UK, and don't know what to say really. I'm so much in your debt, John. Thank you very much. Anyway, with that, I'm going to go in now and enjoy the weekend and get myself prepared for Monday morning, when I'll be in here making a new batch of knives. Thanks for watching everybody, and see you soon.